This is 2022 Kcse Mathematics Paper 1, Section 1, 50 marks, consists of 16 questions. Answer all the questions in the spaces provided. So question number 1, solve for n. 6n divided by n minus 1 is equals to 25 divided by n. To be able to solve for n, we need to cross multiply like that. So we multiply n, multiply by 6n, that will give us 6n squared. Then minus 1, n minus 1 multiplied by 25, that will give us, that is, we have an equal sign, that will give us 25n. Then we have minus 25, that is minus 1 multiplied by 25. So is it, that is, we take this 25n minus 25 to the other side. So 25 becomes negative, so we have 6n squared minus 25n. Minus 25 becomes positive once it crosses the equal sign, so we have positive 25 is equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. So we try and find out, can we be able to solve this equation using factorization method? We start, because the coefficient of n squared is 6, we multiply 6 and we multiply 6, that is 6, and multiply by 25. Multiply by 25 is equals to 150. We get two numbers. A multiplied by b should give us 150, the product that we have found here, and a plus b should give us the coefficient of n, which is minus 25. So these two numbers, we can say minus 15. You get the factors of 150 and 10. If you are not able to get them directly, you can say this is, you can use this method, 150, 2. You get 75. So with this, you'll be able to get the factors for 15, minus 15, and minus 10. So we modify our equation and say this is 6n squared. Instead of minus 25n, we write minus 15n minus 10n plus 25 is equals to 0. You note that we have not changed the equation because minus 15n minus 10n is the same as minus 25n. So we factor out what is common here and we say this is 3n. So when you factor out 3n here, you'll be left with 2n. When you multiply 3n to multiply by 2n, you get 6n squared. Minus, when you factor 3n here, you'll be left with 5. Here we factor out minus 5, so that we'll be left with a minus inside. So we have this is 2n minus 5 is equals to 0. This would be the same as that. So we write 2n minus 5. You close the bracket. When you factor it out, you'll be left with 3n minus 5 is equals to 0. So we say 2n minus 5 is equals to 0, or 3n minus 5 is equals to 0. Because when you multiply two numbers and you get the product is 0, then one of them should be 0. So we say 2n is equals to 5, or 3n is equals to 5. We take 5 to the other side. N is equals to 5 over 2, or n is equals to 5 over 3. So n is equals to 2.5, and or that is 1 2/3. So that is how you solve that, and you'll be able to get 3 marks. You get 1 mark for getting the quadratic equation, another mark for factorizing, and one mark for the answers. One mark for the answers. So that totals to 3 marks. Question number 2. 2021 Kcse Mathematics Paper 1. We are told a family used 2/5 of its monthly income on school fees. 3/4 of the remaining amount was used on family upkeep, while the rest was invested. The family invested 13,500 Kenyan shillings monthly. Calculate the amount of money the family used on school fees every month. We can start by saying, let monthly income be X. Once you say that, then it means since they were using 2/5 of the total amount on school fees, so you say 2/5 of X is for school fees. So the 3/4 of the remaining, so you say X, you minus 2/5X. It is like 1 minus 2/5, and this is equals to you'll be able to get 3/5X. So that is remainder. So for upkeep you can say 3/4 of 3/5X. You multiply, you can use your calculator, you get 9/20X. So that was used for family upkeep. So what is the balance? So that we get what was invested. So this is what was left after paying school fees. So this is 3/5 of X. You minus what was used for upkeep. That is 9/20X. You can use your calculator to be able to do that, and you'll be able to get that is equivalent to 3/20 to save time of X. So this is what was used for school fees. So 3/20X this is for upkeep. This was what was invested. So we equate 13,500, and therefore we say X is equals to 13,500. You multiply by 20 and you divide by 3, and that when you use your calculator you get 90,000. You are told to calculate the amount the family used on school fees every month. So school fees, this was what was used in for school fees. So you get 2/5 of X, which we have found is 90,000. And using your calculator, then you should be able to simplify this, and you get that 6,000. So that was what was used for paying the school fees. And by doing that, then you get yourself 4 marks. You'll be able to get 1 mark for getting the remainder, another mark there, another mark for getting that is equating that, and another mark for the answer, totaling to 4 marks. So what is being tested here is whether you know how to work with fractions. This is question number 3, 2022 Kcse Mathematics paper 1. And we are told, so for X in the equation 5 to power 2x minus 1 minus 25x is equals to 500. Looking at the question, we are going to apply the knowledge of indices which you learned in Form 4. So we have the 3 rows of indices. If I remind you, we have a to power n multiplied by a to power m. This is a to power m multiplied by a to power n is equals to a to power mn. Then we have a to power m divided by a to power n is equals to a to power m minus n. And we have a to power m to power n is the same as a to power mn. So these are the 3 rows of indices. So looking at this, we can say this we can write it is 5 to power 2x. We apply this row. When we have minus, then we say it is divide 5 to power 2x divided by 5 minus with this we say it is 5 squared, and we multiply by x. So we apply the third row is equals to 500. Now with that we say let k is equals to 5 to power 2x. So we can rewrite our equation here and say k divided by 5 is equals to not is equals to but minus k is equals to 500. So this will give us 1k divided by 5 minus k, that will give us minus 4k divided by 5. This is the same, k is the same as 5 over 5k, so when you subtract 1k you'll be left with 4k is the same as 500. So we can multiply both sides by 5, multiply by 5, and you divide by 4, divide by 4, so that we are left with, divide by minus 4, so we are left with k is equals to, when you divide, this will be minus, you divide here, it is minus 125, you multiply by 5, that is 250, 500, it will be minus 625. But we know our k is the same as 5 to power 2x, 5 to power, not, it's just like 5 to power 2x is equals to minus 625. So we can write this is 5 to power 2x is equals to minus 1 multiplied by minus, or we can say it is minus 5 to power 5, the same as 2 power 4. So you see, our base, for us to equate the indices, our base must be equal, but our base here, it is 5, and 5 is not equals to minus 5, therefore we cannot equate. So this question goes beyond the scope of Kcse to something that we call complex number. The complex number is when we say I is equals to minus 1, but that one you cover in college, so there is no need of us going beyond there. So it means that you could not go beyond that point. Could have been an error with the setting, but if you did up to that level, you should be able to get 3 marks. So that's how you do that. So it is important you know the 3 rules of indices, so that given such kind of a question, you can be able to apply the 3 rules and come up with an answer. So that's how you do that question. This is question number 4, 2020 Kcse Mathematics Paper 1. We are told Kcse and Tanui began a 5,000 meter race together at the starting line. Kcse and Tanui took 72 seconds and 80 seconds respectively to run a 400 meter lap. The two athletes were together again at the starting point line after some time. Determine the number of laps that Tanui had to run to complete the race after they were together, and you get 3 marks. For us to be able to do this, we need to find out how many seconds had elapsed when they were together again, and we get that by getting the LCM of 72 and 80. So we can get the factors of 72 and 80. So you get 2, you get 36, you get 2, you get 18, you get 2, you get 9, you get 3, you get 3. So you can use this method, or you can use the other one. 80 divided by 2 is 40, divided by 2 is 20, divided by 2 is 10, divided by 2 is 5. Now that is how you get the factors. Alternatively, you can use this method. You get 72 here and 80 here, you divide by 2, you get 36, 40, like that, and you'll be able to get the LCM. So, but let me use this one. So we say 72 is equals to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, 80, you get, it is equals to 2. We read these factors: 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, those are 4, multiplied by 5. LCM, we get LCM by getting the factors with the highest index or power. So this is 2 to power 4, and we take 3 to power 2 times 3 squared, and we take 5. So we take 5. So when you compute that using your calculator, you'll be able to get 720 seconds. When you get that, so you find out this is the time they will be together. How many laps had Tanui covered after 720 seconds? So for Tanui, we divide 720, and he was covering a lap in 80 seconds. So when you divide that, you'll be able to get this is 9 laps. So by the time they were together, then Tanui had 9 laps. Total number of laps is equals to the race was 5,000, and a lap was 400, or is 500. You divide by that, you get it is 12. 50 divided by 4 is 12.5 laps. So this means that remaining laps that Tanui had to run is a total number of laps. You minus the 9 which he had covered, and that will give you 3.5 laps, or 3.5. 3.5 or 3.5, that should be okay. By doing that, you get 3 marks. So you get 1 mark for getting the LCM, you get 1 mark for getting the number of laps in 720 seconds, and you get 1 mark for the answer, and that totals to 3 marks. So that is how you are supposed to do that. Here you are being tested whether you know how to apply the knowledge, that is, apply the LCM, the lowest common multiple, which you learned in Form 2. Question number 5, 2022 Kcse Mathematics Paper 1. We are told to simplify 18ax minus 3a into bracket minus 4x into bracket 3a plus 4x, all over divided by 3a minus 8x. So for you to be able to do this, let's first of all expand this part here, so that we can combine with this one. So you say you multiply 3a multiplied by 3a, that will give us 9a squared. 3a multiplied by 4x, that will be 12ax, and minus we have minus 4x times 3a, that will be minus 12ax, so that will be 0. So we multiply 3a multiplied by 4x, and that will give us, that is minus 4x multiplied by 4x, that will give us 16x squared. So that's what you get out of this. So we combine now and say 18ax minus, because of this minus here, we say it is 9a squared minus 16x squared. All this is divided by 3a minus 8x. We open the bracket, we have 18ax, then we have minus 9a squared. This will be positive, minus and minus, so we have positive 16x squared. All this is divided by 3a minus 8x. From there, we rearrange our equation. We start with 16x squared plus 18x ax, that is, let's put that correctly, ax, then we have minus 9a squared. All of this is divided by 3a minus 8x. From there, because we have two unknowns here, that is a and x, we treat one of them as a constant, so that we have a quadratic equation. So a is a constant, so this is, we treat a as a constant, so this is a constant. 9a squared is a constant. So we multiply 16 multiplied by minus 9a squared. That should give us 144a squared. You get two numbers such that when you multiply, you get minus, this is minus 144a squared, and when you add, you get 18a. So this two, you can factorize 144 to be able to get the factors of 144, and from there you should be able to get those two numbers. So we get the two numbers are 24 and 24a and minus 6a. When you multiply these two, 24a multiplied by minus 6a, that should give you minus 144a squared. When you add 24a plus minus 6a, you get 18a. So we rewrite our expression and say this is cite that properly. This is, or use this space here. This is 16x squared. Now instead of 18, we write plus 24ax minus 6ax, and this is minus 9a squared. So we have modified our quadratic expression. So this is divided by 3a minus 8x. We factorize here, we factor 8. So we get 8 is common and x is common, so we factor out 8x. We'll be left with 2x, so that when you open up, you get 16x squared. And this is plus, when you factor 8x, you should be left with 3a. Here we can factor out minus, we factor out minus 3 and a, 3a. So here we'll be left with 2x minus, when you factor out here, you get, this is plus, so that when you open the bracket, it becomes minus for both. And this is divided by, 3a minus 8x. So we can now write the factors, and they say 2, that is, we write 2x plus 3a. When you factor out that, you'll be left with 8x minus 3a. All this is divided by 3a minus 8x. So you can see these two looks the same, but we cannot divide them because of the sign. So what we do is we factor out minus, that is, we factor out minus 1. So we'll be left with 2x plus 3a, and we have 8x minus 3a. When you factor out minus 1 here, this will change to negative, and this is positive. So we can now start with 8x minus 3a. We have not changed, because if you open the bracket, it will be minus 8, and this will be positive. So we'll go back there. So we can now eliminate that, multiply this by minus 1. So it means that we will be left with minus 2x, and this will be also be minus 3a. And that is how you simplify that. You should be able to get 3 marks. So you are being tested whether you know how to simplify a quadratic equation, even when you have two unknowns, which we have said we do that by treating one of the variables or unknowns as a constant, and that is what has helped us be able to factorize. So this is question number 6. In a quadrilateral, that is 2022 Kcse Mathematics paper 1, and we are told in a quadrilateral ABCD, AD is equals to CD is equals to 6 centimeters. So AD is equals to CD is equals to 6 centimeters. We have shown that. And BA, that is BA, is equals to BC is equals to 12 centimeters. Those two sides are also equal. Angle ADC is 300. We have shown that. That is the reference angle. So with that information, calculate, correct to 2 decimal places, the area of quadrilateral ABCD. So for us to be able to do that, we can identify this angle since this angle is 300, it means this angle here is 60 degrees, so that it makes an angle of 360. If we put the line here, then we can say this side is also 6 centimeter. Why? Because if this angle is 60, these two angles are 120. It means that angle is 60 degrees, and also this angle is 60 degrees. So it is an equilateral triangle because all the sides are equals to 60. So that's how you get that angle. Now with that, for us to be able to get this A, that is what we need. A, we have B, C, that side, this side here, and this side. So this is the area that we need to get, that the one that I've shaded. With that, then how do we get that area? That is the area that we need. That is the area that we need to find out. Now, if we get the area of A, B, and C, that is triangle ABC, and we subtract, that is area of triangle ABC, and we minus the area of triangle A, that is area, we can get is equals to ACD. We should be able to get the area that I've shaded. So we can get the area of this bigger triangle. So area of triangle ABC. Since we have the three sides, we can use the Hero's formula to find the area. So we say S is equals to a half the sum of the three sides. So it is 12 plus 12 plus, that is this side, and this side 6, and that should give us 30 centimeters. That is 30. So we say area is equals to the square root of so when you divide, before you do that, we are supposed to divide this by 15. So what we do is say it is equals to, but that is by 2, so you say that is 15. So we get now the Hero's formula. So we say 15 into bracket 15 minus 12, then we have 15 minus 12, and we multiply by 15 minus 6. That is the Hero's formula, and you can use your calculator to be able to get that. When you compute using your calculator, this will be 15 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, that is 15 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 9 again. 15 minus 6 is 6. So this is 15 multiplied by 81, and you get the square root. You'll be able to get 34.86 centimeter squared. So that is the area of the big triangle. So we say area of triangle, we say this is the area of triangle AD, not B but D, is equal, since we have the angle, inclusive angle on the two sides, we can use this formula, a half multiplied by 6 multiplied by 6, the sine of 60 degrees. When you compute that using your calculator, you get it is 15.59 centimeter squared. So area shaded, area is equals to, area shaded is equals to the area of the big triangle, which is 34.86. You minus 15.59, and when you do that, you'll be able to get it is 19.27 centimeter squared. That is how you get the area of that triangle, and you get yourself 4 marks. So you'll be able to get a mark for this, for getting the area there, for getting the area of this one, that is it, and for getting here you get I think here you get one area of the big triangle, area of the small triangle, get the difference, and you get the mark for the answer. 2022 Kcse Mathematics Paper 1, question number 7. A watch loses 8 seconds every hour. It was set to read the correct time at 11:00 hour on Sunday. Determine the time in a 12-hour system the watch will show on the following Thursday, when the correct time is 5:05:00 hours. You get 3 marks. Now, to be able to do this, we need to count the number of hours from Sunday at 11:00 hour to Thursday 5. So we can say from Sunday to Wednesday, we have that is, we have up to Monday 11, that is one day, Tuesday 11:00 hour, and Wednesday. So those are hours. We say it is 3 days, and a day is 24 hours. So you multiply that, you get 72 hours. 72 hours. So from Wednesday at 11 hour to Thursday at 5, you can say up to, we can say that is Wednesday. We have that is 11. So we have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to midnight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 hours. 13. Then from 12 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 hours. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 5. That is 5 a.m. We have 5. So if you add these 2 hours, these two, you get 18 hours. So from Wednesday 11:00 hour to Thursday at that is at 05:00, we have 18 hours. So if you add total number of hours, should be 72 for 3 days, and we add the 18, and when you add this, then you should be able to get 90 hours. And since every hour the clock or the watch was losing 8 seconds, so lost time is equals to 90 hours. You multiply by 8 seconds, and you divide by 60 to make the minute. So when you simplify this, use your calculator, or you can just simplify that by 3 is 2, by 3 is 3, here we get 4. So these are 12 minutes. So if the correct time was 05:00 hour is the same as 5:00 a.m. So you subtract 12 minutes. You get 8. This is so here we have 0, carry 1, you get 8. Here we had borrowed 1 hour, so this is 50 minutes minus 1, so we get minus 10. The other we get for 8, and here we got 4. So in 12-hour system, it is 4:48 a.m. in the morning. So you get that is that is, the watch will be showing this because over that time from Sunday to Thursday 5, it had lost 12 minutes. And that's how you work out that. This is question number 8, 2022, Kcse Mathematics Paper 1. And we are told a lorry left town A for town B and maintain an average speed of 50 kilometers per hour. A car left town A for town B 42 minutes later and maintain an average speed of 80 kilometers per hour. At the time the car arrived in town B, the lorry had 25 kilometers to cover to town B. Determine the distance between A and B. Now, we can use a line here to demonstrate that information. So we can say that is the town A to B. So that is this is A and to town B. So we can say the lorry speed was 50 kilometers per hour. Car was 80 kilometers per hour. The car started 42 minutes after the lorry had started the journey from A to B. So what we need to argue here is, let's say the lorry was there. When the car arrived in town B, the lorry had 25 kilometers. So we can say let the total distance from A to B be X. So by the time the car arrived to town B, then the lorry had 25 kilometers. So we need to find out how many kilometers had the lorry covered in those 42 minutes. So we say distance is equals to speed multiplied by time. The speed here is 50. You multiply by time, that is 42 minutes. You divide by 60 so that you convert to hour. And when you work out that, you'll be able to get 35 kilometers. So by the time the car started the journey, then the lorry had covered 35 kilometers. This means that the time the lorry took from here, we can say from N to M, the time it took is the same time the car took to move from A to B. So the time, we can say, time for the car to move from A to B, the distance is X, you divide by the speed, is the same distance. When you add now this distance, we can be able to get it in terms of X. We add 35 to 25, you get 60. So this distance is, we can actually say it is X minus 60, because X is the distance for the whole journey. So we say it is the same time the lorry took to cover this distance, X minus 60, and the speed was 50. So that way, now we will be able to get X, where X is actually the whole distance from A to B. So we cross multiply, we get 50x is equals to 80x minus 80 multiplied by 60, that will give us 4,800. We take 50 to this other side, so we have 80 minus 50, that is 30x is equals to 4,800. You divide by 3 and you'll be able to get X is 160 kilometers. So that is the distance between town A and town B, and by doing that, then you'll be able to get 3 marks. 2022 Kcse Mathematics Paper 1, number 9. We are told a port L is 120 kilometers on a bearing of south 30 degrees to the west from Port K. A ship left Port K at 10:00 hours and sailed at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour along the bearing of from south 60 degrees to the east. Using a scale drawing, determine the bearing of the ship from port L at 1400 hours, and you get 4 marks. So when you are doing a scale drawing, you need to make a sketch that is going to guide you on how to make the actual drawing. So we can start by making a compass there. So that's our north. So K is, so we say this is port K. L is 120, bearing of 30 from south to west. We have 30 degrees. So this angle here is 30. So we say that is port. This is we can say again. This is our L. The ship left K at 10. So how many hours from 10:00 to that is to 14? So 11, 12, 13, 14, 4 hours. So it means distance is equals to speed times time. So we have 40 multiplied by 4. It had covered 160 kilometers on a bearing. So from south to east, we are going to measure. This is south to the east. Then we are going to draw. That is. Now we come to scale. Let 1 centimeter represent 20 kilometers. So here we are going to draw 6 centimeter to L, and here we are going to get 8 centimeter. So to get the compass, the bearing of L to where the ship is, this is a ship. So we draw a line here to join there. So that is where. So then we measure this angle. So that's a sketch. Now we make the actual drawing. What instrument do you need? You need a ruler. So you get a ruler. You also need a protractor. So we start with the ruler, and we draw that is a horizontal line. From there, bring a ruler here. Can make it a bit shorter. Take your protractor. Can make a mark there where we are going to place the protractor. Put it there. Make a mark at 90. Now those two points should help you get a vertical line. So we can now come here and draw our vertical line roughly there. So we draw, that is our compass. From there we need to get the L. So from south we come here, and we can put our compass here. We want to measure an angle from, that is we want to measure an angle of I hope there it is okay. Okay, so we use there. So if this angle here is 30, it means this angle here is 60. This angle is 60. So we can measure an angle of 60. From there, we use that. So we come and say around 60, you get our angle there. From there, using a ruler, we draw that line. So we draw that line. So that's roughly there, and we draw our line. So that's our line, and we are saying our scale is 1 centimeter represent 20 kilometers. So we measure around. This is 6 centimeters. So that's where we have our K. This is we are talking of point L. Now we get to where the ship is. from south to east. So we again take our protractor and we use our protractor to draw the angle. So this is that, so that roughly where we will need our protractor. And now we are measuring from here, this angle here. We are told that from south to east, this angle is 60. So we measure an angle of 60. I think it's already there. So we just make a mark there, and we again use your ruler to be able to draw that line. I'll put it roughly there, and then we draw a line. And that line is 8 centimeters, so we can be able to get our centimeter there. So what we need now again is we get our compass at L, so that we can be able to do that. I'm going to use this ruler, this line here, to help me draw a vertical line here. So, but you can now you can drop this line. You can drop this line. Maybe this is how you can do it. You can come here, and if you set that line like that, and then so your ruler is there, then you should be able to draw a line there. We can use maybe a different color to help us not to mix. Once you draw a line there, then you can be able now to use your protractor and be able to draw. Use that point there, and we will be able to draw to get a point there. Once you get that, then you should be able to get another horizontal line. So you come and get your ruler there. You come and use that point and get. Hope you'll be able to get about a good line there. Let's use our color now. We draw that. From there, you can again make it easier. You use the line that we had already plotted there. So you can come here, and I don't know whether that is going to help us. So you set your ruler there, make a line here, and you can use that line to draw a vertical line here. So we take our protractor there, and we use that. We can use this line here and be able to get our vertical line. So that is why we have 90. From there, we can now take our ruler and get our point, get our line. This is a point that we have drawn, and we use that point to draw. We can draw. Let's set it properly. We use that to draw our compass. So that is our L. Then from there we need to join now our line from where we have the ship, and we extend that. We need to draw that line. Then we join. Not like that. That's where the ship is. So we now I think that's not good enough. So try another one. So we now have like that. I think this was better. Now following, so this is where we have the ship. So this is 8 centimeter, 6 centimeter. This angle here is 30, and this angle here is 60. So if you do it correctly, then this is a bearing. So you measure that angle. When you measure that angle, you find that it is 0.83 degrees, or you can say from north you measure 83 degrees to the east. So that's the bearing if you do it correctly. And that is a procedure that you follow to do that, and you'll be able to get the 4 marks. So that's how you do that. And 2022 Kcse Mathematics Paper 1. Question number 10. The image of P coordinates minus 2, 5 under translation T is P prime coordinates 2, 2 full stop. Q prime 9 minus 5 coordinates is the image of Q under the same transition T. Determine the coordinates of T. So we can say, we can work out this and let T be represented by X and Y. So what it means is that if we write the position vector of P, that is OP plus translation should give us OP prime. So OP is 2, 2. That is, those are the position vector P. OP plus T should give us, so here instead of now putting T, we can put X and Y, which we have defined, should give us the coordinates, the position vector of OP, that is 2, 2. So we can take, we can now have XY is equals to, here we need OP is we need to rectify here. It is not 2, it is minus 2, 5. So that is a P. So we say we take to the other side, so we have 2, 2 minus, it becomes minus 2, 5. This is 2 minus 2, that is 4. 2 minus 5 is minus, that will give us minus 3. From there, so we now have T. So now it means that if we are given Q, that is, we have Q, so we have let's have M and N. Those are the coordinates of Q. If we add to the translation, that is 4 minus 3, it should get the image of Q, OQ prime, that is which we have been given. It is 9 minus 5. So it means Mn is equals to 9 minus 5. You minus the T, that is a translation vector, that is V, and that will give us that is this will represent OQ. So this is 9 minus 4 is 5, minus 5 minus 3, that should give you positive 3, and so minus 5 plus 2 plus 3 is minus 2. So Q is equal, the coordinates of Q are 5 minus 2, and by doing that, then you will be able to get 3 marks. 2022 Kcse Mathematics Paper 1, question number 11. A Kenyan bank bought and sold United Arab Emirates UAE dirhams on 2 different dates as shown. We have 1st of August 2021, 1 UAE dirham they were buying at 28 shillings and 40 cents. selling at 28 shillings 90 cents. On August 16th August 2021, one UAE dirham was going for 28 shillings, and that is buying and selling at 28 and 40 cents. A Kenyan tourist who traveled to UAE on 1st August converted 130,050 to UAE dirhams. During her stay in UAE, she spent 3,520 UAE dirhams. She arrived back to Kenya on 16th August 2021. On the same day, she converted a remaining amount of money to Kenyan shillings in the same bank. Calculate the amount of money in Kenyan shillings that she received from the bank, and you get 3 marks. To be able to do that, this is the amount of money the tourist converted. So when you are converting, we say 1,000, that is amount converted to dirham. So this is 130 and 50. You divide by when you are in the bank and you are converting, the bank is selling to you the UAE dirham. So you divide your money with the selling price, that is 28 and shillings and 90 cents. And when you divide that using your calculator, you get 4,500 dirhams. That is, we can call them they are calling them what? Dirham. And now spent, that is, we are told here the tourists spent 3,520, so remaining, so you say 45, this is what he converted, you minus what was spent at 520, and when you do that, you'll be able to get 980 dirham. So this is a amount that you took the bank, converted to Kenyan shillings. So you say it is equals to 980. When now the tourist is selling to the bank, so they buy at the lower price, that is the lower side. So you multiply by 28, and when you multiply that, you'll be able to get 27,440 Kenyan shillings. So that is the amount the tourist received after converting the dirham that remained while she came back to Kenya. Number 12, we are told an electric post erected vertically is 20 meters from point P on a same level ground. The angle of elevation of the top T of the post from P is 30 degrees. Given that S is the midpoint of the post, calculate correct to 1 decimal place the angle of elevation of S from P. Now we can make a sketch here of that. So we can make say that is a post. So that is a post. Then from there we have the angle of elevation. So this is where we have our top, this is our point P. So the angle of elevation, we can say this is the angle that is, if you draw that line, it is the angle that you need to rotate your eyes to be able to see the top of the post. So we are told that this is 20 meters. We are also told that we are required to find the angle of elevation at point S, which is the midpoint of the post. So this is the angle that we are required to find. Okay, now since we have been given the angle 30, we can be able to get the height of the post. Let's call that point A. We can say that we can use tangent and say tan 30 is equals to opposite, which is the height, divided by the adjacent, which is 20. So this means h is equals to 20, the tangent of 30. Now you can use your calculator to be able to do that, and when I use a calculator I get 11.5. Why 11.5? Because we are working to one decimal place. Now from O to S S is a midpoint of the post, so we divide 11.5, I divide by 2, and we get that is around 5.8 meters. Now we have this is 5.8. So we can now get this angle because we have the height and the adjacent side. So we can say tan theta is equals to opposite, which is 5.8, you divide by 20. So theta is equals to tan inverse 1, that is inverse 5.8 divided by 20, this is 8, and that will give you, when you use your calculator, you get it is 16.1 degrees. That is the angle. This is the angle. So that angle there is 16.1 degrees. So that's how you work out that, and you'll be able to get 3 marks. Question number 13, Kcse Mathematics 2022, paper 1. So number 13, we are told, given that A is a matrix, is equals to 2, 6, 2u, 5, B is equals to 7 minus 3 minus u, 5, and BA is equals to 2v, 16w, determine the values of u, v, and w. So because we are being given the product of A, and we have A and B, we arrange our matrices like this, 7 minus 3, and we have minus u, 5. So that is B, and A is 2, 6, 2u, 5. It is equals to, now this is B, this is A, this is B, and this is our BA, which is 2v, 16w. From there, then we multiply 7 times 2, that is 14, 14 minus 6u, so we have 14 minus 6u, 7 multiplied by 6 is 42, plus minus 3 times 5 is 50 minus 15, so 42 minus 15, that will give you 27. Then we have u minus u times 2, that is minus 2u, 5 times 2u, that is 10u, so there will be left with 8u. Then we have minus 6u plus 25, minus 6u plus 25. So this matrix is equals to 2v, 16w once you combine. Now, because equivalent elements of corresponding elements of a matrix are equal, it means 8u is the same as, that is, this is equals to that, 16 divided by 2, u is equals to 2. So we have already identified u. We can get w and say minus 6 multiplied by 2, which is u, this is equals to that, plus 25 is equals to w. W is equals to 25 minus 12, that is minus 6, plus 2, and the W will be able to get, that is 13. From there we come to V. These are the corresponding, the V is corresponding to 27, so V is equals to 27, so that is 27. So that is how you work out that question, and you should be able to get 3 marks. And this is question number 14, 2022 Kcse Mathematics paper 1, and we are told the capacities of two similar containers are 54 ml and 250 ml. The difference in the height of the two containers is 4 centimeters. Calculate the height of the larger container. So this is our we can say our two containers here, and we have a larger one like that. So we are told, we have been given the volume, the capacities of the. So this is a 54 ml, that is 54 ml, and this is 250 ml. So what we need to remind ourselves is what we learned in linear scale factor. So linear scale factor, if you square this, you'll be able to get area scale factor. If you cube linear scale factor cubed is equals to volume scale factor. You did that in form 2. So we are going to utilize this one to be able to get the height of the bigger container. So what we do is that if we say this is x, then this is x minus 4. So the linear scale factor, it means is x, that is the height of the larger container, divided by the height of the small container, which is x minus 4. That should give us the volume scale factor. The volume scale factor is the volume of the larger container. This should be cubed because we are using this. That should be cubed, divided by 20, that is 54. So it means that x divided by x minus 4 should be equals to the cube root. If you divide here by 2, you get 27. If you divide by 2, you get 125. These two numbers, we can be able to get the cube root of them. So it is 125 divided by 27. The cube root of 125 is 5. So x divided by x minus 4 is equals to 5 divided by cube root of 27 is 3. So you can cross multiply and say 3x is equals to 5x, 5x minus 20. Take 20 to the other side, so and x, so we have 5x minus 3x will give us 2x is equals to 20. You divide both sides by 2, and you'll be able to get x is equals to 10 centimeters. So the height of the larger container, which we had assigned the value of x, is 10 centimeters. And by doing that, then you should be able to get 3 marks. So the most important knowledge here that you are being tested is whether you know how to relate the linear scale factor to relate with volume scale factor. Once you know that, and you are able to form this equation here, that is the height of the larger container, divide the linear scale factor is the height of the larger container divided by the height of the small container, then you are good to go, and you should be able to get 3 marks. Question number 15, 2022, Kcse Mathematics paper 1. Question number 15 says, the table below shows the mean mark of in a mathematics text of 2 classes. So we have a table here. The first column, classes, class X and Y. the number of students. X had 43, Y had 45. Mean mark was 65 for X and 62 for Y. Calculate correct to 2 decimal places the mean mark of the classes. So for us to be able to get the mean mark, we need to get, since class X had 43 students and the mean mark was 65, we need to get the total marks that was scored in that class. We do the same for Y, 45 and 62. So we say mean, which we use X, is equals to total number of marks that was scored in X. So it is 43 multiplied by 65 plus total marks stored in class Y, which is 45 multiplied by 62. So that will give us the total marks that was scored in both classes. And then we divide by the total number of students, which is 43 plus 45. So by computing that, then you should be able to get the mean mark. So when you can use your calculator and just feed the figures. So this is, you just feed the figures, 43 multiplied by 65 plus 45 times 62. That should give you the outcome there. Then you divide by 43 plus 45, that is 88. And when you do that using your calculator, you get your answer is 63 point, not 60, not point, but 63.4659. But because we are told to 2 decimal places, we say it is 63.47. That is the mean mark for both classes, and you get 2 marks. So this is 2022 Kcse Mathematics Paper 1, number 16. The base A, B, C, D, E, F of a right pyramid is a regular hexagon of side 2.5 centimeter. Point V is the vertex of the pyramid, and the length of the slanting edges is 4 centimeter. Draw a well-labeled net of the pyramid, and there you get 3 marks. So for us to be able to do this, we can make a sketch of our figure. So a hexagon is a 6-sided figure that is 6-sided. So those are 3. So we have that. It is just a sketch, and we have that. So this is that, and we have that. Then we can have the slanting sides like that. So that is a sketch. So this side is 2.5 centimeter, and the slanting side is 4 centimeter. So we need to draw the net of this. If you look at the base, that is for a 6-sided figure. So this is that. So this angle here, it has 6 triangles. So this angle is 60, so 60 is 60. Base angles are equal, 60. So we need to make an angle of a line, and we make an angle of 120. And since we are not restricted the instrument that we will need to use, we can use a ruler. So you take a ruler and you draw a line. This line we can measure. You can still use a ruler to measure, or you use a compass, or you use a divider. Any you can do. So this is where we have 2.5. So we have marked the 2.5 mark. So from there, so this is what we have, our line 2.5, one of the sides. We draw an angle of 120 so that we get the next line. So we can bring our protractor here, and to draw an angle of 120, I'll draw it like that. 120. Not that 120, it's roughly so let's say that is where we have angle 120. So with that, we can now use a ruler and draw our angle, our line, which is 2.5. So this is where we come and draw our line up to there. Again, we take a protractor and we measure an angle of 120. So this is where we have an angle of 120. So we can say that's where we have an angle on 20. Again, we draw another line there. We can make this one smaller. So we take that point and we draw our line here. Alright, so that's where we draw our line, and again we draw a line of 2.5 about there. We take our compass again and we say that's where we have our point, and we measure an angle of 120. So that's where we have our point. From there we take a ruler again, we measure a line of 2.5. So that's where we have our line. That's about 2.5. So we take our protractor again, we measure an angle of 120. We make another line here. Take our ruler, again we draw a line of 2.5. We take our protractor again, and we draw a line of, this is the last one. So actually we can just join the line there, and we will be able to get our hexagon. So that's our hexagon. So that is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's our hexagon. So with that, we can be able now to, we can use a protractor, we can use a compass to draw the slanting line, that is the slanting faces. So we use our protractor here, our compass here, and we measure 4 centimeters. We measure using the other side. So let's take it here. Then we measure 4 centimeters. Those are 4 centimeters. So using our compass, we can now, since this is an isosceles, it will be an isosceles triangle, we can now make our arcs. Let's use we can now make our arc. And we take our compass to the other side, and we make an arc. So with that, then we use a ruler, and we join the 3 points to come up with the face. So we use this one. From there, we draw a line, and again we take it to the other side, and we draw another line. Let's set it properly. Not like that. So like that. So that is the face that we need. So you continue like that, and we should end up with a figure that looks like this. So this is a figure that you end up with. It may have some shortfalls because of manipulating with my computer drawing instruments. So this is 4 centimeter. And this is that is not 4 point. That is this is what we said is 2.5, and this is 4 centimeter. So that's the net of the solid or the pyramid that is given. Anyway, this is a guideline on how you go about it. Using the instruments, your geometrical instruments, you should get a good net. So that's how you do it.